Today's Italian book is Il bar sotto il mare by Stefano Benni. When I was first searching for Italian books several years back, this was one that was recommended for Italian learners. I'm not quite sure why. I don't see it as something as everyone will like because this book is weird. If you don't like weird fiction, it probably isn't for you. Luckily, I do. It's also basically a collection of short and very short stories held together by Il bar sotto il mare. If you don't like short and very, very short stories, this is probably not the book for you. That probably knocks out a fairly large number of people. So what exactly is this? A collection of stories held together under a premise, which is a man finds himself drawn towards this bar that's under the sea. Yeah, really. He walks under the sea. And he turns up there at a time when everyone there has to tell a story. The stories are all weird, but they range across humorous, a weird kind of humour, fantastical, a weird kind of fantastical, mild horror, a weird kind of horror, science fiction, a weird kind of science fiction. You get the idea. I have read a book by this author before, but deemed it unsuitable for this channel because of some scenes of a very adult nature. This book does skirt the edges of that a couple of times, but nothing too, The other book was weird as well, but it also had a lot of commentary on Italian society in it. Obvious commentary. And I feel that this book probably has that too, but not in such an obvious way to someone who doesn't live there. But I will highlight one story that does support this. It's only a couple of pages long, so it's not too spoilerish for the whole book. It's a story about different types of insects and worms and things eating up the words in the Italian language and distorting the grammar. That's definitely commentary on the Italian language and how people use it. There is only one other story I can definitely link to being Italian commentary. Other stories I feel might be more general commentary that doesn't just cover Italy. But I can't be sure because, I'm going to say it again, it's weird. However, each story has a little quote at the beginning which does give you a hint of what it's about, the general theme. The language between stories also varies a lot in its complexity, but I would say this is an author who, where he can, likes to use big words. I wonder if that's a concept that exists in Italy. So some stories are a bit of a struggle. Also, as is the case with many books of short stories, some you will enjoy much more than others. I did groan a couple of times at the end of stories, because there was an actual punchline. And I did genuinely snigger at a few others. Oh yeah, also about the language, there are made-up words in this, deliberately made up nonsense words, and you're just going to have to go with the flow, because that's what an Italian would have to do. I also feel that the style of some of the stories might be meant to imitate classic stories by people like Poe and Lovecraft, but I could be completely wrong on that. Anyway, here's the first part of the prologue to see if you think you might be able to tackle this very strange book. Non so se mi crederete. Passiamo metà della vita a deridere ciò in cui altri credono, e l'altra metà a credere in ciò che altri deridono. Camminavo una notte in riva al mare di Brigantes, dove le case sembrano navi affondate, immerse nella nebbia e nei vapori marini, e il vento dà ai rami degli oleandri lente movenze di alga. Non so dire se cercassi qualcosa o se fossi inseguito. Ricordo che erano tempi difficili, ma io ero per qualche strana ragione felice. I don't know if you'll believe me. We spend half our lives deriding what others believe in, and the other half believing in what others deride. One night I was walking along the side of the Sea of Brigantes, where the houses look like sunken ships immersed in the fog and mists of the sea, and the wind makes the branches of the oleander move slowly like algae. I don't know if I might have been looking for something, or if I were being followed. I remember that those were difficult times, but I was, for some strange reason, happy. And now for a short review in Italian. Questo libro, Il bar sotto il mare di Stefano Benni, è una collezione di piccoli racconti, alcuni molto brevi e tutti molto strani. Qualche racconto mi ricorda le storie di Poe e possibilmente Lovecraft, nello stile più che nel contenuto. Intendo, non sentono moderni e sono così diversi l'uno dall'altro che sia impossibile descriverli in modo conciso. Quindi parliamoci del linguaggio. Alcuni racconti sono abbastanza facili da comprendere ed altri no. Sono di molti diversi generi: strano, umoristico, orrore, fantascienza, fantasia, contemporaneo e strano. Per questo direi che questo libro è per chi ha una conoscenza abbastanza avanzata dell'italiano e per chi ama i racconti brevi e strani.